in how you're explaining your offer to people who you believe you can get dollars from, that being your customer, is you got to use a language that makes them feel something. All right, like that's, when I think about people who can turn more leads into more deals, it's because they've been able to engage in a conversation with their customer, right? Building your business ecosystem starts with talking to your customer. And when I have that conversation, it's not bland talk. It's not fake talk. Right? Maya Angelou, I'm going to read this because everybody always butcher the quote. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Yeah. So you've got to make your customer feel something when they engage with your value. You got to make them feel something. Now, then the question becomes, what do we want them to feel? Right? When they engage with you, if we have to fasten them before we fasten them to turn leads into dollars, we got to ask ourselves, what do we want them to feel? And you know what you want them to feel? You want them to feel your value, because it goes back to our offer. But what is our value? Our value is real. Our value is strong. Our value is substantive, it's creative. But you know what it honestly is? It's something they can't refuse. Ain't that what I started with? It's something they can't refuse. And Annie, you know what someone can never refuse? The truth. A synonym for refuse is deny. So people can refuse or deny things. But you know you cannot deny the truth. And there's too many people in our industry scamming people. And so part of what you have to do, and this is part of the reason why knowing who your customer is so important, is because when you know who your customer is, that means you spoke to them. And you got intimate with their problem. And when you become intimate with their problem and you couple that with some market research, you realize I'm perfectly positioned to give you exactly what you need. And there's people who skip steps. There's people who are doing innovation without problem solving. They're doing problem solving without innovation. They're under-promising and attempting to exceed expectations without knowing the nature of the over-delivery. Or they're over-delivering and trying to exceed expectations, but don't know the nature of the under-promise. And so what I'm saying is, if you want to get to a point of turning leads into deals, you got to fascinate your customer. How do you fascinate them? You got to make them feel something. And what do they feel? When they engage with your value, it's real.